Thank you very much. Scott, Florida, you're on the Wilkow Majority. Hello.
Hey, Andrew. I actually called you earlier in the week on the same
look,
issue.
You're one of those callers that I recognize. I recognize very few. I recognize you.
Well, I appreciate your take today, and like I said, I probably spoke a little too soon. I didn't think quite enough about where I was coming from, because it kind of caught me by
what a shocker! Somebody who calls this program to disagree with me with an unformulated point of view.
But I am calling you today, though, and I want to try to get your take on this. Now, you're bringing up Shabazz the Clown and that ridiculous comment that he made. Everyone agrees that makes us sick to our stomachs, but that's it. He's not physically harming anyone, and that's why I think he would be constitutionally correct in saying what he's saying, even though it's, white cracker, this and that. But had he had a white cracker march every Sunday and had white crackers started dying, I think the Supreme Court would be on the fence on that. And that's what I want to ask you.
So if a Philadelphia police officer walked up to Shabazz the Clown and said, you can't say what you're going to say because the Klan will start lynching black people in Mississippi.
No, what I'm saying is if the actually lynchings happened and people started dying, and my point is that I trust David Petraeus. If Petraeus tells us that this is going to ramp up extremism, ramp up recruiting, do you not think that the Supreme Court would lean a little bit towards that in terms of, screaming fire in a... Okay,
well, then let's put this in perspective. Cue up cut one for me. Here's the president running for president as a senator and presidential candidate. You tell me if this was helpful or hurtful to the troops.
You've got to get the job done there. And that requires us to have enough troops that we're not just air raiding villages and killing civilians, which is causing enormous problems there.
What do you think of that?
I think that quote was what kind of put me over the edge the other day, because I took offense to that. David Petraeus agrees with that comment. A lot of our generals agree with that comment. The comment was based on putting more troops on the ground in Afghanistan.
No, hold on a second. The president said we were air raiding and killing civilians. John Kerry said we were terrorizing them in the dead of night. John Murtha said the Marines were cold-blooded killers. What kind of message do you think that sends to the Islamic world when elected officials of the United States are saying that their own troops are killing innocent Muslim civilians?
Sadly, in the Islamic world, they're more upset about a Quran being burned than a president of another country saying something like that. But please address my point.
All right, I'll address your point.
Petraeus agrees with that comment. Petraeus backs our new strategy. He did not back a strategy of air supremacy. In fact, he specifically spoke about it. I mean, I wish I had the quote in front of me, but my point, you know the Constitution better than just about anybody I listen to. You honestly believe that the Supremes, if Terry Jones had Quran burnings every Sunday and our soldiers started dying and we had riots based simply on that and our missionaries started being murdered, you don't think that the Supremes would lean towards limiting his free speech?
Okay, now, what would be the method of enforcement?
Well, you're right. It would have to go through the courts. It wouldn't.
And if we outlaw Quran burning, the reason why it's outlawed is irrelevant to how the law is applied. Then we can call for a ban on flag burning.
Well, you answer. I don't know, Andrew. What happens when you scream fire in a theater? I don't know what the recourse of the law is. Is it?
You wouldn't be able to pass a law that says activities are banned in the United States if they cause ill effects in foreign countries. You'd have to say burning symbols in the United States is now banned. That would mean the American flag, something liberals wouldn't put up with.
Right. And I guess my point to that would be that the burning of the American flag, no one ever died over that. No one ever died.
So that's how we justify the freedoms of the United States as to whether or not people die in foreign countries?
No, that's why I was calling. I thought that was the case, that public safety did have a role in free speech. In other words, you can restrict free speech.
So if the Islamists said they were going to start killing our troops if gay marriage becomes legal in California, would you call for the ban on gay marriage in California?
No, because
Wait a second. No, don't moralize here. You're saying that the mere threat that they're going to kill troops and missionaries related to activities in the United States thus creates a ban on that activity. Then that means anytime they threaten us with an activity in the United States, we therefore ban that activity. I got to go. Hannity's up next. Have a good weekend. Back on Monday. We're right. They're wrong. End of story. SiriusXM Patriot.